Rebeca, can talk about your career, very first time in Chile, and we know a little bit about you. You were inspired by your husband, Darren's career, his passion, his happiness as a monster truck driver, and that inspired you to be a monster truck driver. But can you tell us like the exact moment when you decide, okay, I want to be a driver, I want to try this is it?
Yeah, the moment that immediately comes to mind was Darren was performing and doing an actual media hit for his show at the Bloomsburg Jamboree in Pennsylvania here in the United States.
Okay.
And there was a female news anchor that they brought a fire suit for, a helmet for, and they said, hey, we would like for you to drive the truck during your media hit. And she got in the truck and she was so scared, like afraid to drive the monster truck. And I looked at her and I was like, you can do it, girl, you can do it. And she's like, I'm just so scared. And I was like, well, shoot, I've moved them around. You give me the stuff, I'll go for it. And of course, I wasn't the person that they were doing the media hit for, but I just knew immediately, I was like, oh my gosh, if they were ever a chance that I could drive a monster truck as a female competitor, that was probably the moment that changed pivotally for me to want to drive the monster truck, not just learn how to work on them.
And how do you feel in that moment, like after you leave the truck? Like, I mean, super happy, obviously, but full of adrenaline.
Right.
How do you feel that?
Yeah, adrenaline. One of the biggest things that I really love to pinpoint as far as my career is the ability to meet the fans, because without the fans of the monster trucks, we wouldn't be able to take our monster trucks around the world. So not only do I get to drive the monster truck and represent on the front side of the stage for little girls and boys, we have tons of females behind the scenes that help with, the logistics and like the background work of making a monster truck show happen. But I get to meet those little boys and girls and hopefully inspire them. And that in itself just brings me so much happiness and so much adrenaline to keep going day in and day out into traveling to new and really cool places like Chile. As a child, I went to the local arena that I had in my hometown of North Carolina, and I would see those truck shows every year. And I just kind of kept getting out of control. And I was like, I really like this stuff. But if you had asked me at that age if I imagined being a career monster truck driver, I would have told you absolutely not.
It was never crossed your mind like, maybe can I be a driver or something? No.
Had never crossed my mind. Like lots of little boys and girls grow up and dream. My husband is one of those. Like they dream, that's just what they want to do for their entire life. And I never had that until I met him and then learned how to work on the monster trucks. And then that just fueled something I had no idea that existed.
Can we track back a little bit to the women in the industry? Because you were the first female driver for the Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live. What does this mean to you as a woman, and how do you inspire other women to be a part of this? Like, especially little girls, because maybe a lot of them doesn't know that, hey, I can be a driver, or maybe I can work on these huge trucks, or I don't know. How you feel about it?
Well, I'm incredibly grateful. Hot Wheels took a big risk, I think, on allowing a female, and somebody had to be the first, and I'm very, very incredibly grateful that I was the first that they allowed. And they have made it very much possible for not only me to establish a career and be successful, I feel, but they've also allowed other females to come in and be drivers as well. And that's what makes the biggest difference for me, is that I have the male support behind the scenes, right? And I'm always really grateful. And I pull a quote from a very famous female motorsports person in our country here, that she loves that the males allow her to be in there as long as they allow her to be there. Like they respect the difference that she brings. And, I'm a tiny gal. I might not be able to lift a monster truck part like my husband can or one of the other guys can, but I can bring the creative design and I can bring a different atmosphere and energy that some of the guys just don't have in their personality, right? So for me, it's a big responsibility to showcase that, especially for the young women and the young girls that come through our show. And I always encourage them that they not only can be one thing, they don't have to be a single career driver. You can be multifaceted. Like one of my other things that I love to share is that I'm also an ER nurse. That was my first passion. Like I love to take care of people, and I get to take care of them on their worst days. And then when I drive the monster truck, I get to create these awesome core memories for them to last a lifetime on some of their best days. So I think it's important that we recognize women in motorsports, because we do bring a different personality to the competition, and that the men allow us to be the women that we are in them and support each other behind and in front on the scenes.
You're a nurse, And
Yes.
how do you prepare like mentally and physically for this type of shows that involve high risk? Or how do you help other people, your companions, in this type of events as a nurse?
Yeah.
I feel like it's super important. I mean, monster truck parts and equipment, it's not light by any means. So I've always been supportive of actually physically taking care of yourself and making sure that you're taking care of your heart. I mean, our heart rates get up there quite a bit when we're driving the monster trucks, as you can expect from adrenaline. And lifting heavy weights and establishing muscle and keeping some body mass on is really important for all of us to maintain our health, especially while we're traveling. You know, there's always things that we can encounter as far as viral infections or bacteria, things like that. And so making sure that we are taking care of ourselves especially is one of the big highlights of being able to do this with everyone.
That's why you have to bring a lot of layers to keep you warm. You can get a cold here. Can we talk about the show here in Chile in July? We know that we are gonna know the Rhinomite, this kind of new rhino-inspired truck. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, yes, we're super excited. So we have 4 big shows that we're bringing. There's 2 on Saturday, the 18th, and 2 on Sunday, the 19th. And as you said, we are bringing our brand new truck over, Rhinomite. He is quite the eye catcher. Like, he has a giant horn and he always brings the heat when he comes crashing through. And Darren is the pilot of Rhinomite. That's my husband. And so he's pretty excited to bring that over and showcase it to the kids. It's really a very well, how do I want to say this? A very well, the toy and the truck are literally almost identical. They executed it so well so that its ability to bring the little toy to life for the kids is absolutely incredible.
I haven't seen it because I kind of want to keep the surprise. I can imagine like a huge thing and with his worm. And can you tell us about your vehicle, the Bigfoot?
Yes, so Bigfoot is, we celebrated our 50th year in business last year, so this will be 51 years for us. And it's really one of the odes to the original monster trucks. So I get to pilot that machine, and being entrusted to do so is quite a big honor for me, especially being a female driver. And we're just excited to keep bringing the smash in action. We're known as the original stomp. So I like to come out and crush some cars and put on some really eye-dropping and jaw-dropping stunts out there. Learning some new things behind the wheel this year, and I can't wait for the fans of Chile to be the first viewers of those stunts.
What other surprises besides this Rhinomite can the families expect? Because we are like in winter break right now, so there will be a lot of children, a lot of families there. What surprises can they expect?
Well, we had an amazing freestyle motocross team, and they do some very never before seen stunts. One of them is doing a front flip now. There is some rumor that there's going to be a no hands front flip now. And then we have our dragon that kind of destroys a car in front of the show for the kids, and pyro. We love pyro. The show is labeled Glow and Fire. And so there's some new enhanced pyro effects, some dazzling lights. We, like I said, this is our first time that Hot Wheels is coming over to Chile. So we're very excited to bring our show that lit up some stands last year, and we're bringing it to Chile for the first time this year.
And have you heard something of the Chilean fans? Like, they are super euphoric. You'll love them.
I haven't heard anything specifically, but I heard that they love monster trucks. So I'm expecting the crowd to get really loud, to cheer loud, make lots of noise. And the more they do that, the higher we go in the monster trucks, the faster we go. We really thrive off of crowd interaction.
No, they will be loud. Like, believe me, they will be loud.
So excited.
Yeah, you will love Chile. I'm pretty sure about that. The fans are incredible. To close this, what message do you have for all the fans, the families, the kids especially, that will go and see the monster truck live show?
So there's a couple different things I want to mention. There's 2 different packages that they can add on to their regular ticket. The pre-show party, it is about 2.5 hours before the show starts, and that's where the fans can come down and meet the drivers, see the monster trucks up close and personal, be actually on the floor that we're going to perform on. I know a lot of people really look forward to the autograph sessions, so that's a big one that I want to hit on. So make sure that they get that ticket if they're interested in doing that. And then there's a new like VIP experience where the people can go backstage, and there'll be a monster truck back there. They get a little hands-on, one-on-one time with a driver of that monster truck in a freestyle motocross. And then they get to see kind of where we get ready and the ins and outs of the tour and all of the backstage things. So I highly encourage that. And I mean, it's an ultimate like family experience for everyone, especially us coming to the first time to the Movistar Arena on the 18th and 19th. So we're all very excited. Come out and see us. We want to sell this arena out. I'm hearing that you guys get loud, so we want to meet you all. We want to see you all, and we want to see your country and your culture, and we just can't wait, honestly.
Thank you so much, and good luck. We expect you here in Chile.
Thank you so much.